Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at 2 Butters expert team. We're going to have a team here that uses one of the most, used cores over the last 20 plus seasons, which is going to be Mudboy plus a flying type Pokemon. In this case, it's going to be the Pidgeot. And we're going to have here as the Sasop, a Pokemon that I had to build just for this video. I actually had to build quite a lot of Pokemon for the last few videos, so my Stardust is kind of drained here. But we're going to have the Bellibolt as a Sasop here. And this is going to be very interesting here. This team is going to be very, very solid, especially Quagsire had a lot of play in this current meta, as there are quite a lot of Poison type Pokemon running around, where Mudboy is definitely very, very cool. Pidgeot is really, really solid, and Bellibolt as a Sasop is something that I haven't actually seen yet in the Open Great League, really. I haven't really seen a lot of people run this Pokemon. And so I was very interested when I saw this team. I was like, I want to give it a try, see what's going on with this team, if it's that great or not. Let's find out together. For the first battle here, we're going to already have a very solid matchup for our Pidgeot, though, where Pidgeot is going to be able to take out, hopefully, that Diggersby here. We're going to run the Air Cutter and Brave Bird moveset. Not too sure, they can also run potentially the signature move of this Pokemon, which is Feather Dance in this case. Would be interesting as well in this Pokemon, but I do think that the moveset we have is the ideal one. We start with the second battle here as well, already with a very, very good lead for ourselves and also good Sasop because we have that water type coverage. I was a bit late at swapping out, but I don't think it really matters. We definitely still always need 2 Awkward Tails in order to knock out the opponent's Diggersby, but this looks like this should be enough to knock them out here, and as long as they're going to let the move go, we should be fine. But even if not, we're always kinda going to be able to outspeed them anyway, and as we'll see, we're going to get the Sableye out again. I could have maybe went for my charge move here, but at the end of the day, I have also again solid answers still against this Pokemon. And we will see here now the Weezing coming in. We know the entire team from the opponent, and with this we can basically do the perfect alignment that we want to have. And I'm actually staying in here with my Pidgeot against the opponent's Weezing. Well, I know that Pidgeot would be even better against the Sableye. I also know that my Bellibolt is going to be better against the Sableye than against this Pokemon here. So my only goal is to kind of get them low here, because now what we have as well is the option to boost our defense with our Bellibolt here and with Parabolic Charge. And this is going to be exactly what I'm going to do here now. They're going to swap onto the Sableye. I can go ahead and go for the boosting move here as well. And this hopefully going to be enough to put them into farm down range for us. Let's see, Sucker Punch is coming through here. Let's see what the opponent's going to do. We're going to use a shield here ourselves, of course, because I could maybe even boost ourselves up before. But I'm gonna go for the full farm down, and this was a bit of a mistake because, as we will see, they're stealing it to the foul play. Do we have enough bulk now to survive the hits of the Weezing is the question here. We don't know the exact moveset yet, but as we will see, the opponent doesn't even get to another move, and with that we will be able to win this battle. And we will see a Diggersby against in the lead again. We're going to have okay answers here. This is actually more of a neutral matchup, if not even a positive matchup for the Diggersby, which is a bit weird because, of course, we are going to have a ground type Pokemon that has ground type coverage, but because of the combination of Quick Attack and Fire Punch, like flying type Pokemon don't actually have the greatest matchup against the Diggersby, which is kind of funny. Where other Pokemon just have like a bit of a better matchup where it's smart to use them against. But as you see here, the opponent's going to be able to go into their own Primeape here. That's going to be alright. We can let the move go as well. This is going to be okay for us. Night Slash is coming in here, and as we'll see, we can go for the Parabolic Charge against the opponent. This is going to allow us to get the shield from them, and we will see here as well that, yeah, we're going to be able to let the move go. This is going to be the Night Slash, and they're going to get the boost. Why do they have Night Slash, and why do they get the 12.5% chance here to boost against us? Not too sure, but it actually matters quite a bit. Of course, I'm going to use a shield here just to get some damage onto them. Night Slash is coming through, and it doesn't get the boost here, but still, it's going to get the boost eventually again. Trust me, as we will see here as well, the opponent's still going to go for another charge move. It's going to be a Night Slash, and they got the +4 boost of Night Slash. And this, of course, matters a lot. If they didn't get the even the first boost there, which is again a 12.5% chance, I would have been in a position where I would have still been able to maybe get to the Awkward Tail, but again, it is what it is. Very, very interesting here. Good game to the opponent. As we're going to move on to the next opponent. We're going to have a very good lead for us, and we're going to have the Blasters coming in. But we're going to be a bit late at swapping here, so I hope we can still realign ourselves. And maybe I should have used the shield against the first move, because, of course, I'm going to be getting, I guess, the shields here. But then again, like, if I did go for the shield against the first one, they could just let the move go through, and then they have a shield advantage as well against me then later on for the Marowak matchup, which Marowak then has coverage with Rockslide. So yeah, I guess the way we play it here is kind of still the ideal way. I am going to very likely keep my Bellybolt though, because what we will see here as well is that I'm going to have access, of course, to the Pidgeot and also the Water type still in the back here with the Quagsire. So I don't really need to keep alignment or anything like this because I have 2 Pokemon that are solid against them. But they let the move go here, the Rockslide is coming in, and they're going to reveal that they have Jumpluff in the back, and of course, now I wish I would have went into my Quagsire instead, because then I would have known what they had in the back, and I would have been able to deal with it. But still, I'm going to try my best here to still somehow win this battle, but I'm not too sure if this is going to be possible or not. But we're going to be able to get the shield from the opponent here with a Parabolic Charge as they go for the Acrobatics, so like this was kind of the perfect way of how this turn could have played out. But now we still have to try to get basically the Stone Edge in against the opponent. And as we'll see, the Acrobatics is going to do a lot of damage, not enough to knock us out, but how much is a Stone Edge going to do here? That is one question. The Stone Edge is just barely not enough. And as we'll see here as well, there is going to be the Aerial Ace coming through to knock us out, and so we're going to lose this battle. Next opponent, we're going to have Talonflame in the lead. That's actually a very solid lead matchup, but like the pacing is going to be a bit awkward because you kind of always want to go for kind of perfect pacing in my opinion. But for them, it's very easy in the beginning. For us, it's only really easy when we go up to like the amount of energy that we had there, because basically ideal pacing for a 4-turn move against a 5-turn move is either after 1 fast move usage or after 6, I think. So yeah, like it takes a while to get like to perfect alignment there again. But of course you can also go for a charge move a little bit earlier, but then you just give the opponent some free turns, which I don't really like to do. So it's a bit of an awkward one there, but still, it's looking alright here for us so far. We have the Bellybolt up against the Credilli, and we should be able to also survive that hit here still now, so that's going to be cool for us as well. And as we will see, the opponent is going to be able to maybe not even take our charge move. We can still go for the Zap Cannon. They overfarm by so much that allows me now to go for the Zap Cannon. It is going to come through there, but it's not going to get the attack drop onto the opponent here. And also they survive with 1 HP. So I have to make a call here. I call that they go for the Rock Tomb. That worked out really, really well. And they have the Jellicent in the back. And while Pidgeot is great against the Jellicent, we're still going to be in a bit of an awkward position there. And I thought that the Talonflame has a charge move start, so I went for the charge move here, expecting the Talonflame. They swap out of here. And it is going to be a boost on our attack, I think. Well, actually, it wasn't a boost on attack, but as you see here, we're only gonna get to the Air Cutter. I needed to get to the Brave Bird in order to have a chance of winning this battle, because now we're only going to get to maybe like an Awkward Tail here. I don't think the Awkward Tail is enough. So yeah, if I just went for the extra fast move against the Talonflame, I would have won this battle, because I actually would have knocked them out before they can get any damage onto myself. But I expected them to have a charge move, but it doesn't matter, because we still survive the Shadow Ball and win the battle. The next opponent is going to run Typhlosion in the lead. Honestly, Typhlosion is one of my favorite Pokemon currently in the meta. I think it's such a cool Pokemon to run. The coverage is just so nice, but as you see as well, we should be able to get kind of the shield from the opponent here as well. Let's see what they're gonna do. They're gonna go for it, and I can go and try to catch the next move, which they don't go for, and they go into the Credilli. But this might be actually something where I can realign myself. While I'm, electric type Pokemon, I'm still going to be actually able to have a solid matchup here because my fast move is resisted and I can boost my defense so much. And as you see already, 2 Rock Tombs are not going to be enough. And so maybe we're going to be able to win still the matchup against the Credilli. I'm not too sure. Let's find out here with Bellybolt. We boost ourselves up even further, which definitely means, of course, that we survive the next hit, no matter what they're going to go for here. We're going to be able to survive it, and we can still reach the Parabolic Charge, I think, on a CMP tie. Is it enough to knock them out, though, with a double debuff on our attack? It is, and so that's going to be great. They go into the Blastoise, and I'm like, what am I going to do here? I'm going to just try to catch the move, because I have the Parabolic Charge still, and now the Parabolic Charge is not going to be debuffed anymore. But I actually have to still get rid of the shield, and so I swap onto the Quagsire, but luckily I swap onto the Typhlosion. I know everything is going to be resisted here. It's going to be the Blast Burn though, and I still should be alright here, hopefully. I have to get to the Stone Edge, and I still have to get rid of the shield here as well, which is going to be, alright there. We're going to try our best to go for an Awkward Tail, and this is going to hopefully work out quite well. We see the Parabolic Charge coming through, and this is going to seal the deal. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. But yeah, this is kind of how this team works. You kind of want to have your Sace up as the Bellybolt, And here is kind of the part of the video where I kind of want to talk about what doesn't work with the team. Because that's something that I had, at least in my experience there. I encountered quite a ton of electric type Pokemon in the lead. And I encountered, I think, 3 Stunfisk in the lead. And if you encounter Stunfisk in the lead, the game is kinda over. I do think I made a video recently with Stunfisk in the lead as well. Stunfisk, very good Pokemon right now. Like, honestly, one of the best Pokemon that you can currently run. Yeah, like, it's just tough. Like, here, there's going to be Lostheart there. I wonder what they have in the back, actually. There's a team that I showcased in my top team video, which had Talonflame in the back then afterwards. I'm not sure if they're going to have that. But, yeah, basically, it's very tough to deal with them. But there are also other Pokemon, like Dedenne, for example. Dedenne is going to be one of those Pokemon that is very, very tough to deal with as well. Then, if you encounter it in the lead here, I can let the move go, of course, off the Quagsire. It's going to be the Mud Bomb. We have a Manibus in the back, other, like, flying type Pokemon here. Makes some sense. But yeah, this is basically impossible to win. Like, there are certain matchups that you just don't have a chance. Any kind of electric type in the lead is very, very tough for you. And again, currently electric types are quite common, so like this is something that you definitely have to respect there. And yeah, I'm not too sure if there's a way of really playing around this. I don't think there is with this specific team. You could think about a different lead for it, but then again, you're going to kind of open yourself up for other things. I thought of like Liga or something like this, which is going to allow you to have like better play against electric types. But this is definitely a clear issue of the team, is the fact that if you encounter a Stunfisk in the lead, you're kind of screwed. And that is at least the Pokemon that I encountered here. But this is also something that I always say kind of, yeah, when I make videos about teams that are a little bit higher up. The metas are always going to be different. The metas are always going to be different depending on which kind of Elo range you're in. I'm currently just close before Veteran. I'm currently not stressing about Go Battle League. I have university stuff to be doing. I will be definitely going for huge climbs very soon when I have more time. So definitely stay tuned for that one. I am very excited for the content I can make again and very, very soon. But yeah, right now I'm kind of occupied. But yeah, again, like I'm around 2,450 currently. They got, of course, up to like 2,800 with this team. So like there is quite a bit of an Elo jump still. And the meta is just going to be a different one. Anyway, we're going to see a Dusclops against us, and I kind of make a bit of a interesting play here, because what I thought is, why go for a Parabolic Charge if you can also go ahead and go for the Zap Cannon? Parabolic Charge here wins me the battle immediately, by the way, because I can just go for one, farm them down, and win the battle. But it's not funny, and I want to have a little bit of fun here, and so we're gonna go for the Zap Cannon just for the crack. It is for a video, so like why not? Good game there, and we can move on to the next opponent, where we will see Diggersby in the lead. Again, it's not actually the best lead, but they're gonna swap onto the Drapion, which is alright for our Quagsire with the extra fast move pressure that we had on them already. We're definitely going to be able to get the KO there as well with the next incoming Aqua Tail, but I'm not too sure if they're going to use a shield or not. The thing is, they have revealed, of course, already the Diggersby, but I should be able to farm them down, but not in time, sadly. So we have to go for another shield here. But I will be able to realign myself, as the incoming Mudshot is going to be enough to get the KO here. Well, let's see what's coming in next. It's going to be the Diggersby, so they want to get hit by a super effective Aqua Tail apparently, which is going to be absolutely fine by us. This is going to put them easily into range for more like the Pidgeot as well there. But even if we're gonna get them low, the Sucker Punch is going to add up as well from even our electric type there. They all swap out here into their Dedenne, and this is looking really bad for us. And this is again kind of something that kind of happens with this team. There are just going to be those matchups against Pokemon like Dedenne where you just don't have the choice, where you cannot really do anything. And the very unfortunate thing is, even with the +1 defense boost here on ourselves, and soon the +2 defense boost on ourselves, Dedenne actually is going to be able to two-shot us. I didn't really expect this. I really underestimated the damage of Play Rough here, but Dedenne actually is going to be able to do so much against us, and of course they resist the fast move as well. This is kind of the reason why Dedenne is also the more used electric type Pokemon in this current meta. This is why people don't run BELLIBOLT. Dedenne is faster and has better coverage with the fairy typing as well that you have on this Pokemon. So yeah, sadly we're going to lose one. Dedenne is very difficult for this team, especially if you don't have the Quagsire Light. Anyway, we're going to encounter here Drapion again, and we're going to have also our Quagsire up against it again. And we can go for those Awkward Tails here for sure. This is looking really fine. Crunch is coming through. We're going to be able to go for another charge move here as well. This is going to work out super well for us as we're going to get the shield from the opponent. And I do think we kind of should be able to force the realignment there as well. I kind of want to have realignment here. So we will see here, we're going to be able to go for the charge move against the opponent. It's going to be the Awkward Tail, do the shield again. They do decide to shield again. So I'm now a bit worried that I can't realign. But with the extra fast move here going through, I know that this should be enough to knock them out. And so we kind of are shields down, but we have a ton of energy. Gligar comes back in. And I might be even able to go for another Awkward Tail after this Awkward Tail, which would allow us to completely align ourselves with only one Pokemon left from the opponent. This is exactly what's going to happen now. And you know what's going to be in the back? Again, the Dedenne. And so, yeah, this is just tough for this team. And they said as well in the post that Dedenne is tough for this team. I feel like the Dedenne and Stunfisk is very, very common in this kind of meta here right now in my Elo range. And so, yeah, this is a cool archetype. I feel like BELLIBOLT might not be the ideal Pokemon for this team. I do feel like that. Don't know which Pokemon would be better. Like, historically speaking, Sableye was like something that people would be running, but it's gonna give you some weakness to the Dedenne as well. Let me know down below what would you use as a safe up here. I could see maybe Drapion would work out quite well for this team, better than the BELLIBOLT does. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoy, and you see you then. Bye bye.